Beloved, let's begin with the ache you've carried in silence. That haunting thought, what if he's found someone else? What if I was never enough? You felt it, haven't you? That twist in your chest when you imagine him holding another, laughing with another, pretending he can forget what you and he share. But listen closely, what looks like betrayal on the surface is often the universe's most brilliant design underneath. He may try to hide in another's arms, but his soul cannot stay there. The bond between you is too ancient, too raw, too divine to be erased. And the universe has 1,000 ways of reminding him, 5 of which will unfold together today. So stay with me. Don't turn away from this truth, even though it stings. Because on the other side of this ache is the deepest reassurance: you cannot be replaced. You never have been. You never will be. And before we dive deeper, I want to invite you into the Inner Sphere channel membership, where we walk these paths together in greater depth. There, I share sacred insights and guidance reserved for the souls most called to this journey. And if your heart feels moved, you can also show your love through super thanks. Your support is what keeps this sanctuary alive, allowing me to continue channeling these messages for you. Now, let me hold your hand as we step into the 5 ways the universe refuses to let him escape you. Number 1. The crumbling of the illusion. At first, it may seem convincing. He tells himself he's found comfort, maybe even love, in another's arms. He tries to smile. He tries to settle. He convinces himself that what he feels with her can be enough. But beloved, the illusion never lasts. His body may rest there, but his soul feels restless. The laughter rings hollow. The intimacy leaves him emptier than before. Because the frequency of your love, your energy, is the home his spirit has always known. And that is the truth he cannot outrun. When he leans into her embrace, a part of him expects to feel the spark, the familiarity, the warmth that only comes from you. But it isn't there. What he finds instead is effort to keep the conversation alive, effort to maintain attraction, effort to silence the gnawing void in his chest. What looks on the surface like connection soon becomes heavy, draining, and unfulfilling. The universe allows this attempt because contrast is the greatest teacher. Without tasting the counterfeit, he would never fully grasp the rarity of what he has with you. This counterfeit love may glitter, but it is thin, fragile, and unsustainable. And the more he clings to it, the more he realizes it cannot sustain his soul. Slowly, almost imperceptibly, the illusion begins to decay. Smiles feel forced. Conversations feel shallow. What once seemed like a refuge starts to feel like exile. And the emptiness inside him only grows louder, whispering of the truth he once touched in your presence. What he thought could heal him reveals itself as poison, and the very arms he ran to for safety begin to feel like a cage. This is how the illusion crumbles, not in one dramatic collapse, but in the quiet, steady unraveling of something that was never real to begin with. Number 2. The relentless hand of synchronicity. Even when he tries to forget you, the universe whispers your name everywhere he goes. He holds another's hand, and your song plays in the background. He scrolls through his phone, and your name appears in some unexpected way. He closes his eyes to sleep, and there you are in his dreams, pulling him back into the truth he is desperate to outrun. These aren't coincidences. They are Spirit's fingerprints. The divine won't allow him to build a new story without you because your bond is already etched into eternity. Every sign is a thread pulling him back, reminding him that no matter how hard he tries to hide, he can't run from what's written in the stars. Synchronicity becomes the language of love between your souls, subtle but undeniable. He can try to rationalize it at first, brushing it off as chance. But the repetition becomes too sharp, too constant, too intimately timed to be ignored. It's as if the universe is saying, you can try to forget her, but she lives inside your destiny. When he walks past a stranger who wears your perfume, his chest tightens. When he stumbles upon an old photograph, the ache resurfaces. When he turns on the radio and hears lyrics that echo your story, he knows Spirit is speaking. The harder he resists, the more insistent the signs become, until the very fabric of his reality feels laced with your presence. And here's the deeper truth: these synchronicities aren't punishments. They are compass points. The universe is gently guiding him back, showing him that he is never truly separate from you. Every whisper, every symbol, every dream is a bridge leading him home. No matter how far he runs, the hand of synchronicity keeps weaving you into his life, pulling him closer, reminding him that he cannot escape what is divinely woven. Number 3. The ache of false intimacy. On the outside, it looks like closeness. But on the inside, he feels the hollowness. He leans in to kiss, but the fire isn't there. He laughs, but the joy doesn't root itself in his chest. He reaches for intimacy, but it feels like a shadow of something he once knew, something only you can awaken. This is the ache of false intimacy. The universe lets him taste it so he'll know the difference between imitation and truth. He realizes that what he's holding is not love, but a mask, one that slips every time he tries to convince himself he's moved on. And the more he clings to it, the more drained he feels. Because true intimacy isn't found in repetition of gestures, but in the resonance of souls. With another, he may follow the script, the late-night conversations, the affectionate touches, the shared routines. But beneath it all, there is no spark of recognition, no sense of home. Instead, there's effort. He has to try to feel what should come naturally. He has to chase moments that should simply flow. And every time he compares this shadow with the memory of you, the emptiness grows sharper. The laughter fades quickly. The embrace cools too soon. Even his own heart betrays him, whispering that this closeness is only skin deep. What his soul craves cannot be imitated, no matter how hard he tries to convince himself otherwise. The ache builds, quietly but relentlessly, until it consumes him. And in that breaking point, he finally surrenders to the truth: he was never meant to move on. His heart doesn't long for new beginnings. It longs for reunion. It longs for you. Number 4. The mirror of his own shadows. When he hides in another's arms, he doesn't find peace. He finds his reflection. The woman he chooses may mirror his wounds, his fears, his insecurities. Instead of soothing them, the connection magnifies them. He faces betrayal, mistrust, emptiness, the very patterns he tried to run from. Why? Because the universe is relentless in its teaching. Every false mirror pushes him closer to the real one. And beloved, you are that mirror. You reflect not only his shadows but also his light, and the unconditional love that has the power to hold them both. The purpose of these mirrored connections is not to bring him comfort, but to awaken him. The very things he wished to avoid, rejection, arguments, emotional distance, circle back to him in magnified form. He begins to notice that the same wounds keep showing up, just dressed in new faces. And as much as he wants to believe he's moving forward, life shows him otherwise. He is only circling his own shadows. This is why other relationships feel like déjà vu, the same cycles repeating, the same unhealed pain resurfacing. And though he may grow frustrated, confused, even angry at why nothing feels stable, the deeper reason is that spirit won't allow false love to soothe what only truth can heal. You are the true mirror, beloved. You reflect not only what is broken, but also what is divine within him. Where others echo his fears, you ignite his awakening. Where others highlight his pain, you hold the vision of his wholeness. That's why every shadow he faces elsewhere becomes a breadcrumb, guiding him back to the only place where both his light and darkness are embraced, in you. Number 5. The restlessness of his soul. Here is the final truth the universe uses to reach him: divine restlessness. No matter where he goes, no matter who he's with, there is a tug deep inside him that will not quiet down. It's not just longing. It's not just memory. It's soul recognition. It keeps him awake at night. It interrupts his peace. It leaves him questioning every choice he's made. He cannot outrun it because it isn't coming from the outside, it's carved into his very being. You are his home, and the gravitational pull of your soul will always draw him back. This restlessness is the universe's way of reminding him that his search ends with you. Always with you. At first, he may mistake this feeling for anxiety, stress, or dissatisfaction. He may try to silence it with distractions, work, social circles, even the comfort of another's embrace. But the ache always returns, sharper than before. The harder he resists it, the louder it becomes, until it feels as though his very spirit is unsettled. This restlessness is sacred. It is not meant to torment him, but to awaken him. It is the divine's gentle yet unyielding reminder that he cannot betray his own soul. He can bury the truth under layers of denial, but eventually, the truth will rise. And the truth is you. Every sleepless night, every whisper of doubt, every sudden wave of longing that washes over him when he least expects it, these are Spirit's reminders that he is not where he belongs. The restlessness grows not because he is lost, but because his soul is guiding him home. And home, beloved, has always been you. Now, beloved, I want to ease the ache in your heart. You might ask, why does Spirit even let him go? Why do I have to watch this? Because even his running is part of the sacred plan. the universe does not punish him. It educates him. Every false step, every attempt to replace you, every hollow embrace, it all serves to awaken him. He must learn by contrast. He must discover, with his own hands, that nothing compares to what his soul already chose. And as painful as it feels to watch, it is all leading him home. Think of it this way: the soul is stubborn. The masculine often has to touch the edges of illusion to truly appreciate the truth. Without tasting the counterfeit, he wouldn't recognize the pricelessness of the real. Spirit allows him to walk down these winding paths not to abandon him, but to ensure that when he finally surrenders, he does so from a place of deep knowing. This is not a rejection of you, but part of his training. The illusions strip him of pride, shatter his defenses, and bring him face to face with his own emptiness. And in that emptiness, he finally realizes what he has always known, that his heart belongs to you, and no distraction will ever silence that truth. So while you may feel powerless watching him wander, trust that the divine has never lost control. His detours are not delays. They are the curriculum of his awakening. And every lesson, no matter how painful, is a breadcrumb leading him back to you. Because what is written in the soul cannot be undone, only remembered. You, beloved, are asked to hold steady. Not in a way that clings, but in a way that trusts. You don't need to chase, to prove, to fear. His running does not diminish you. His hiding does not erase you. Because the universe will not allow him to stay gone. Your bond is unbreakable. And while he struggles through illusions, you are being refined, called to stand in your power, your grace, your faith. You are not waiting. You are becoming. This is where the divine feminine is shaped, in the quiet spaces where you are tempted to collapse, yet choose to rise instead. The separation is not a punishment, but a sacred invitation for you to deepen into yourself, to anchor into your own radiance so fully that no illusion can shake you. Your role is not to run after him, but to embody the light he is destined to find when his wandering is over. Every tear, every longing, every moment you've questioned the journey has been part of your refining. Spirit is teaching you to release attachment while keeping faith, to love without losing yourself, to stand as the lighthouse that never dims no matter how long the storm rages. This is the essence of becoming. You are not defined by his choices, but by the way you root into your own divine truth. So instead of asking, when will he return, ask, who am I becoming in the meantime? Because, beloved, the answer to that question is your true power. You are not passive in this story. You are being sculpted by the divine into the embodiment of love itself. And when he does return, he will find not the same woman he left, but the radiant truth of who you were always meant to be. Beloved, let me whisper this one last truth into your heart. He cannot replace you. He never will. The universe won't let him forget you. Signs will haunt him. False intimacy will ache. Shadows will corner him. Restlessness will consume him. And through it all, one thing remains: you are his eternal counterpart. No matter how far he runs, he will always be led back to you. Because, beloved, you are the one thing his soul cannot unlove. If this message stirred something deep within you, I invite you to share your heart in the comments. Which of these 5 truths have you witnessed in your own journey? Which one spoke to your spirit most deeply? And if you feel called to go deeper, join the Inner Sphere channel membership. There, we unravel the mysteries of the twin flame path in a sacred, intimate circle. You can also support through super thanks. Each gift of love helps me continue channeling these messages to guide you home. Remember, beloved, you are irreplaceable. And no matter what it looks like today, the divine is already weaving your reunion. Until we meet again, hold steady, trust your soul, and know, he cannot hide from what was written in the stars.